What is going on, PlayStation Nation? Welcome to Overpowered Gaming with your boy CEO Baby. And today we're going to be talking about my thoughts on PvP as well as the changes that is coming to PvP prior state of the game. Now we're going to start off with the pros and cons as well in comparison to Division 1. Going into Div 2, playing the beta, I expected a little bit more from PvP than I got. And I was like, okay, maybe when they release the full game, we'll really get to see what the skills do and how everything operates. They can better the movement. Now, movement is very slow in Division 2 PvP unless you use the high booster, which creates a different element in your battle, which I like. I use that a lot. But for the most part, I think PvP is okay. It's sluggish, and I think it's not a lot of freedom in build, meaning that everybody's running the same type of things, and it's even worse in normalization. It doesn't really create an aspect for you to enjoy. But I enjoy shooting, so I'm going to shoot. But I also understand what Division aims to be, which is an RPG shooter. It has effects, skills, and things that create dotting. Dotting is just like status effects, fire, electricity, healing, poison, bullet drop, bullet damage. All these things cause a dotting effect on your target, which you see them numbers popping up when you're getting shot or you shooting numbers, shooting at a player or NPC. Now, Division 2 didn't capitalize to me on perk system as well as diversity and build. Diversity and build is very important in Division because of the way the game is structured and set up between PvE and PvP. The diversity and build means brand sets and gear sets, which they are introducing. I love the brand sets, the 2 pieces, the 3 pieces, the attributes that you get from these sets are much stronger than the gear sets that we see released in the game. Are much stronger outside of the high rolls and high attributes. And I think they have to figure out this armor system, health system, and the way they're going to balance out these attributes that gives players certain aspects, whether it's DPS, whether it's health, whether it's skill power, the same as Division 1. So Division 2 is trying so hard to revert back to Division 1. Prior to the state of the game and things that they are changing, it's giving it a Div 1 feel, but it's something that already should have been in the game because the PvP is what kept Division alive. Now, of course, the hardcore players such as me went in with the aspect that they would change this, they would make this better and better. But to me, like, I play Ghost Recon a lot too, and this feels like a Ghost Recon dumbed down to the lowest. And that's just on the con side. I said I enjoy the PvP. I love conflict. I love the constant engagement of shooting my gun, and that's all it is. It's not really no dynamic in the change in battle outside of just face tanking, shield drone, shield with ricochet bullets, or shooting from cover when there's somebody run up, or certain talents that gives you an edge, and I like that. I like that it's just a shooter. So I think they should have really brought it up front to what it was and stopped trying to create it as a RPG shooter when it comes to PvP. It shouldn't be no mechanics of RPG. If you're going to create a decent PvP, think of Call of Duty. Everybody has a certain gun. Think of Battlefield. Everybody has a certain gun, certain skills, certain talent. Everybody has the same thing. With this, it gives you so much intel to build a build, whether it's around certain mechanics, firearms, strength, weapon talents such as Unhinged or Optimus, things like that, premeditated on your gun that incorporates in your build. So it causes you to build so many different structures and so many different layers of your build with a certain amount of freedom. It doesn't give you the full edge and bump you need to create that battle. Look, we just shooting each other. That's all it is a shootout. And he has a certain build, and I has a certain build that we spent time building, and there's really no dynamic in that. So just give everybody the same type of build. So I guess normalization was implemented that way. We felt that in Division 1 with min-maxing, but Division 1 had talents like on the move. Talents like, what is it? I forget what it's called. The medical talents, all the medical wings. I forget what it's called. Critical save and things like that gives you that little bit of oomph. And I think Division 2 is struggling with that because of the armor and health type of system. They build a aspect where players can be a bullet sponge only if they are taking cover and they're not engaging face to face as much. And it's a little skill there in balancing out your health and armor. But then it has talents that you want them to shoot all your armor off so you can get the maximized damage via vector builds and things like that. So it's really no diversity in build, and I think that is the problem there. I think with the upcoming release of the new patch, I think it's 1.4, they're implementing optimal ways to normalize your build where certain things matter, as well as optimize Dark Zone, having a road system, and gear score 515 dropping into DZ to encourage players to roam each DZ. I think a lot of people is going to get that flack and heckle because you're tying two different communities together that really don't want to be there. You have the PvEers who wants to farm, and you got the rogues, the hardcore rogue guys that want to kill in PvP and don't want to play conflict because of the normalization, meaning that you will have to have two of the same pieces with different roles, one for conflict, one for the reason why I say conflict, one for that's optimized fully, and then one for normalization, DZ and conflict modes. Just like think about Predator's Mark, when you had to run two different type of styles of Predator's Mark. You lost out a lot on your gun skills to run into conflict, but you gained the same thing that you would get as far as a fully optimized Predator Mark build, and without normalization. So we'll see how that works and see how they really balance out things. I just think it's really bad because it's throwing everything off. The fundamental thing they should have made about this game with the movement and how the skills is popped before each conflict or each engagement, they should have just made it a shooter. The aspects of the shooting should be, everybody has 3 different main sets they can use within the specialist, and then that would be created, okay, this game mode is representing an arcade shooter, but not building builds for hours and farming for certain gear pieces and certain things to get deflated in Dark Zone or conflict. And what I mean about deflated is you play optimal Dark Zone that's not optimized, and your weapon damage is 22k. You get that, but you don't get no incentive. You're just shooting people, just shooting. That's all it is. It's no skill. It's no I'm gonna take on a server. It's no I'm gonna implement this and implement that. And now with all these changes coming, I wonder how many Dark Zones going to be unoptimized, because everybody's going to be trying to get into the optimized server. Nobody's going to play the normalized DZ, and even if they do play the normalized DZ for gear, it's going to be okay. This is where the PvE is at, the normalization. This is where since we in optimized, and the optimized Dark Zone is not really popping like it needs to be, we're gonna go to the unoptimized one and fight. You see what I'm saying? It's gonna create so much chaos revolving around brand sets and gear sets that do not even matter in battle. And what I mean about that is that yes, you can get the higher weapon damage, which is going to be the meta. It's not gonna be crit chance. It's not gonna be crit damage no more. It's gonna be weapon damage, headshot damage, all these things that creates aspects to make your gun more powerful. That way you can shoot a person down as fast as possible with that much weapon damage, or XY assault rifle damage, or SMG damage. You see what I'm saying? It's not going to be what you got on your brand set anymore, because to obtain certain things is going to be hard to reach, and certain talents is going to go under the radar. Safeguard got nerfed to the ground in the PTS. It's unusable no more. So now it's like, okay, you take a great perk that could be really good in the aspects of PvE and PvP, you nerf it down to the ground because it's overpowered and in healing, and it's constant, to nerf it to where people are not going to use it no more. And if you got all these builds built around Safeguard, built around Unhinged, built around Clutch, built around, you're going to have to change the dynamic of your firearms, your health, your shield. Certain things you're not going to be able to put together, which limit most of our freedom and our playstyle even more. So that's my thoughts on PvP. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you like the content, make sure you leave a like and you subscribe. It's your boy CEO Baby, OP Squad. You already know what it is. Peace.